the Chump Line.
Hopefully, BLM protesters will at least tip the Cabana Boys today when they start burning Bentleys at the Spouting Rock Beach Club.
That's the official name of Bailey's Beach Club, where Sheldon Whitehouse likes to linger among his own blue-blooded types. The club was founded in 1897. They say in the South, the Democrats were starting Jim Crow. In Rhode Island, in Newport, Rhode Island, the Democrats were starting Bailey's Beach Club for the same reasons. To escape the hoi polloi.
Hello. Thank you for calling Spouting Rock Beach Association in Newport, Rhode Island. If you're white, press 1. For other racially exclusive clubs in Rhode Island, press 2. To donate to White House for Senate, press 3.
I love the fact that now his office is saying, well, they're not racially exclusive. But when the reporter asks him, are there any non-whites in the club? He says, they're working on it. They're working. He was asked about this for the first time in 2006. And 15 years later, they're still working on it. They're looking for someone who's not melanin impaired. They're probably even looking for someone who doesn't go to a wooden church. They haven't been. Rhode Island is 70% Catholic, and they can't find any Catholics to join the club. It's an amazing thing. The Chump Line is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer. This week, reminding you that, just like COVID, the need for blood donations never takes a holiday. Right now, New England is facing an unprecedented shortage of all blood types, and the need has never been greater. Donating blood is what needs to be incentivized.
Howie, Sheldon Whitehouse calling. I shouldn't have to respond to a shanty Irishman like you, but you're spreading scurrilous rumors. I'll have you know that the Bailey Beach Club is no longer all white. We just hired a black janitor.
I knew, I could feel it in my New England Irish bones that Sheldon Whitehouse headed in for Brett Kavanaugh for more reasons than were readily apparent. And now that I know he's a member of Bailey's Beach Club, I understand why. I wonder, when his family lived in Massachusetts, do you think they were part of the mob that burned down the Ursuline convent in Charlestown back in the day? Probably.
I don't know if it's buffed or boofed. How do you pronounce that?
That refers to flatulence. We were 16.
Okay.
I think I mentioned this yesterday, but guess what? He and John Kerry and Robert Mueller, they all went to the same prep school, St. Paul's School in Concord, New Hampshire. Boy, was that a pervy place. You know who was a teacher there? Gary Studs. Another one of those blue bloods.
The left's idea is to give away the store, at least until the election in 2024. Playing Santa Claus will help their cause. At least that's the plan in their quest for 4 more.
Oh, I think they're more concerned about 2022 first. But again, if they lose the vote tonight on the filibuster and on D.C. statehood and on most importantly on S1 as it's called now, the fix the election permanently bill, they're going to blame it on Republican racism when they get swamped in 2022. All that white supremacy will be coming to the polls.
Terry served in Vietnam? What'd he serve? Coffee?
This is John Caddy reporting for duty. DOODY.
I was against voter ID laws before I was for them. That's a twist.
Yeah, we have the cuts here. Let's see if it's maybe a little long here. Here's Warnock. Let's just play a little bit of Elliot Warnock, not Raphael. I'm thinking of another Elliot, another different guy. No, Raphael Warnock, the guy who ran over his wife's foot. Remember that? That didn't hurt him in Georgia, apparently, in the election. But this is Raphael Warnock flipping on the voter ID. Cut 17.
Georgia Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock said that he's very encouraged by Joe Manchin's proposals and told NBC News, quote, "I have never been opposed to voter ID."
With these unnecessary and unjustifiable voter ID laws, which constitute, in my estimation, a poll tax. Dealing with these voter ID laws, this is not about voter verification. This is about voter suppression. All of these voter suppression laws saying we've got to have voter ID laws. This is Jim Crow in new clothes.
Did they get those new clothes from Governor Northam in Virginia? Did they get his Klan outfit, or did they get Senator Byrd's Klan outfit as their new clothes?
Free rent, free phone, free money, free food. Let freedom ring.
Yes. The hungry masses yearning to be free and get lots of free stuff, too. They want more free stuff than they are yearning to be free. As long as they get to free stuff, the free yearning to be free is kind of secondary.
Freedom!
Please, this is not politics. Read my teleprompter. No new taxes.
I like that. Read my teleprompter. If only he could read his teleprompter.
I would like to bid $1 million for this finger painting by Hunter Biden. And this has almost nothing to do with the billion-dollar government contract my company will soon receive.
Jay from Chelsea says, so how old was Hunter Biden when the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum was robbed? I don't think anybody would dispute him getting a lot of money for getting those paintings back. But those paintings were the Vermeer especially. It was a lot more artistic than those dabbings that he does. 614 says Hunter Biden's new artist name is Norman Griftwell.
How many illegals cross the Rio Grande they'll send before they say it's a mess? The answer, my friend, is don't ask CNN. The answer is don't ask CNN.
Yeah, everybody's got to cut the cord. That's the only way to get rid of CNN and MSNBC. They talk about their ratings are going down. It doesn't really matter as long as they're getting that payoff every month from Time Warner and Comcast and all the rest of the cable companies. We all got to cut the cord.
Loving, can you believe that deplorable Genghis Carr claiming that Karen Polito was complimenting him? We all know that because he was a bridge player, his Deerfield nickname was Suze, not Coos. The only Coos was legendary Boston Celtic quarterback Bob Cousy. So let's not get silly here.
This is personal, because the Coos is one of us.
Thank you, Karen. I won't print your picture with the soon-to-be jailbird state rep David Nangle for a week because you were so kind to me in Worcester last Friday.
That was your last Chump Line message. Thank you for calling Howie Carr, you chump.
All right, that's it for the Chump Line today. The Chump Line is the recorded voicemail message service of the Howie Carr Show. You can call and leave a message anytime between the hours of 1 and 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time every weekday afternoon. If you didn't hear your message just now, we have a second Chump Line of all the messages that didn't make the one we just played. It's called Chop Chumps, the second Chump Line of the day. We post Chop Chumps around 7 o'clock Eastern every weeknight, and you can find Chop Chumps wherever you get your Howie Carr Show podcast. The Chump Line is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer. This week reminding you that, just like COVID, the need for blood donations never takes a holiday. Right now, New England is facing an unprecedented shortage of all blood types, and the need has never been greater. Donating blood is what needs to be incentivized.
Please, this is not politics. Read my teleprompter. No new taxes.
Joe Biden. He's really. Biden says guns are to blame for the crime surge. Oh, that's what they always say, right? It can't be Democrat voters that are to blame for the crime surge. I'm Howie Carr.
Howie Carr will return after this brief commercial break.
This is